Welcome to MMA on the Rocks. My name is Bill Welker. You are listening to Picks and Pours, episode 53. And today is Thursday, March the 6th. February came and went just like that. And we welcome back after a 1-week hiatus to make his picks for UFC 313, Matt the Mechanic. What's going on, Matt?
Not much, Bill. I woke up to the text we never want to receive right when you wake up this week. I don't know about your childish phone, that Apple thing you use, but on my phone, when I open it up, it'll like display the first sentence of a text. And I don't even have my glasses on, and I hear it's from my wife, and it says, "If you wake up and smell shit." And I'm like, oh, that's great. I didn't know what was going on, but apparently my dog had a bad reaction to a treat, and in the middle of the night had to let loose on the living room floor. So,
oh no,
yeah, we figured out what it was. It's a treat he gets all the time, but it must have been a bad batch. But man, it just gave him the runs. But yeah, I had to go into late to work that day.
Was it wet?
Yeah, it was just straight diarrhea. It was fucking nasty.
Oh man, you should have just ripped that carpet out.
Well, we got some pretty high-end carpet cleaning stuff here, so we've been working on it. I enlisted the help of our buddy Jason, who gave some tips, the detailer. It's very good at getting stains out. So it's disgusting, but we got it taken care of. And we threw the bag of treats away.
Yeah, good move. Good move.
I was like, what do you should probably email somebody, but they're just going to think you're crazy. But I don't know.
I mean, is it a big company or is it like a mom and pop?
I don't handle that stuff. I just pet the dog.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Mark Fellows says it sounds like me and some bad street food I ate last week. So
yeah, yes, it was probably like, I don't know where you're at in the world, Mark, but like the aftermath was like what I expect on some random kebab in Mumbai or someplace.
So I can tell you where he was. He was in Thailand because last week I talked about on the show how my friend and teammate Noah Solomon was fighting in Bangkok at Rajadamnern Stadium, which is like probably the second biggest stadium in Thailand for Muay Thai. And Mark just happened to be on vacation right nearby, went and got a ticket and went out to support Noah. So that was really awesome of him to do that. I put it on my Instagram story, and if you guys follow Mark Fellows, his Instagram is Seafarer something or other. And he posted a video of Noah coming up to him right after he won the fight, by the way. Noah coming up to him right after the fight and thanking him for his surprise attendance. So it's kind of cool that because of the podcast, I was able to get some support from my buddy as he's fighting a Thai guy as a foreigner, which takes a lot of guts. So I was glad to know that he got some support there. And
how
also
did he know?
is
he like the only white guy in the crowd?
Mark messaged him beforehand, letting him know that he was going to be there.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'd say you could quit the podcast now. You've made it.
Yeah, that's it.
We all accomplished different goals in life. Rogan does, a couple $100 million a year. You got one white guy to support somebody in a fight in Thailand. That is pretty cool, though. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I know, Seafarer 1974. Okay, so it must be his dad's birthday. And big congratulations to Noah for winning that fight. Biggest win of his career. This kid is one of the hardest workers I know, and he definitely deserves it. He's been out in Thailand for a few weeks now, training at City of Tong in Pattaya, and I think he's 4-0 fighting in Thailand now. So he's definitely got a bright future in Muay Thai. And speaking of Joe Rogan, I have to say, I was a big fan of the Joe Rogan podcast when it first came out. I used to listen to it all the time because there wasn't a lot of MMA people doing podcasts at that time. Now there's, you know, 1,000,000,001 MMA podcasts, but at that time there wasn't much out there in terms of podcasts for people like me. So I really liked his podcast, and it's a big reason for why I started MMA on the Rocks 8 some odd years ago. But I fall in and out of it. I pick and choose which episodes I listen to these days. Some of them get pretty redundant. And most of them, like Joe's so famous now, most of them, it ends up being other people just interviewing Joe Rogan, and we hear the same kind of banter over and over. But I have to say, this past week was probably the best week in the Joe Rogan podcast recent memory. He had both Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray on. I don't know if you caught those, Matt.
That's fun. Yeah, I listened to the first 5 minutes of those ones and I turned it off because those are the episodes I don't like. But that's okay. I think that's like the point of the show. You know, there's 20 hours of him talking a week.
Yeah.
Pick and choose what you want. You know, you don't listen to all of it.
Yeah. Well, Bill Murray was a big one for me because I grew up idolizing Bill Murray. And out of my top 10 movies, like probably 4 or 5 of them are Bill Murray movies. And he just doesn't do stuff like that. He doesn't do like social media. He didn't even know who Joe Rogan was, which I thought was the funniest part of it. And I don't know if he was just messing with him.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Bill Murray one much more than the Woody Harrelson. I listened to the Bill Murray one. Kept me a while because I like the books Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and you know man, his name just Hunter S. Thompson. You know, I liked that guy as an author, so they were kind of sharing some cool stories there. But yeah, his movies are awesome. You forget some of his movies. You know, you think, at least I did. I'd go back and I was like, oh yeah, what's that one movie? Stripes and all that.
Oh, Stripes is one of my favorite movies.
I
of all
liked his
time.
SNL monologues. I like his SNL monologues, but yeah, and that's the cool thing because I thought it was a great week in Rogan podcast world, but for different reasons. Ian Carroll was on there this week. He's a conspiracy theorist. It's kind of like he's a newie. He just started doing it. He's got some. It's like he's not too crazy far out there, and they're talking. Anyway, moral of the story is we can't listen to Rogan all the time because he just talks too fucking much.
I'm just laughing at this comment that just came in from Pixel Quiz. It says in all caps, I am training in mountain and cave while Shama is drinking free alcohol in UFC PI. I imagine that's a Magomed Ankalaev quote. I didn't see that one in the news, but that's pretty funny.
Was Alex drinking at the PI?
I doubt it because I don't think he drinks. But
yeah,
you know, Ankalaev, he's got to be feeling cagey because it's, you know, just the start of Ramadan this week. And I know he said he was gonna kind of skip on some of the fasting, which is really looked down upon in that culture.
See, I heard he was not gonna rehydrate after the weigh-ins until the evening, which I don't even think that's. I would have said that's not possible.
Well, I mean, it
depends how much weight he cuts, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it could all be just, you know, tactics for the fight. But who knows?
Yeah, I mean, what else is he going to do? He doesn't speak English. Doesn't have much of a personality. Man, I don't think the UFC anybody there wants Ankalaev to win. That's like worst case scenario.
Yeah, I don't think it's preferable for them. You know, they've got a marquee champion in Alex Pereira, and they have to want that Pereira John Jones fight. Like,
Well, yeah, because then they said that, and then the winner would get. No, they're gonna make Alex fight the champ, the interim champ. Aspinall.
They're gonna make Pereira fight him.
Yeah, because they said John Jones will get the winner of that.
Oh, all right. That's not as fun. I'd rather just see Alex Pereira, John Jones.
Really? I don't know. I think I'm rooting for Aspinall.
Yeah, but if Aspinall beats John Jones, then like what's next?
For what?
For heavyweight.
I don't know. We wait till this the guy that's fighting Curtis Blades this weekend could add to that storyline.
Yeah, but he's got to be built up still.
Well, what's Curtis Blades ranked?
He's probably like 3 or 4.
So there's your build up.
Doesn't work like that. Curtis Blades doesn't have the clout to go along with his ranking per se.
Hasn't he went on like 3 different streaks?
All right, so he's ranked 5th. And then ahead of him is like nobody you can sell. I think the only marketable fighter in the top 10 at heavyweight, there's 2. Derek Lewis and Jailton Almeida.
And Tom Aspinall.
Right, but I mean, he doesn't count.
And that French guy.
Built. Cyril Gane? Nah.
Yeah.
After John Jones did what he did to him, his stock went way down.
I forget. What did he do to him?
He just basically like fell on top of him and, and finished him.
That sucked. That was boring. It sucked so bad. We're like, oh.
That's the best way I can describe it. He fell on top of him and like just finished him instantly. It was like the guy just folded. But in any case, I'm excited for this pay-per-view this weekend. There's some really fun fights on here. There's some duds too, but I'm looking forward to watching this one. So, is Curtis Blades the first fight on the main card, or is he?
No, it's Bobby Green.
So you think that Rizvan Kuniev puts himself in the conversation for the title after beating Curtis Blades on the prelims?
I mean, it all depends on what happens with the belt. I mean, if John Jones doesn't do shit and Ankalaev wins, Aspinall's going to have to fight someone.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy's not even ranked.
Yeah, because it's his UFC debut.
Why is he getting to fight Curtis Blades then?
Because he was the PFL fighter. He beat he beat that guy, the other guy, the champ, the guy that fought Francis, but he popped for steroids. I think like every single steroid too.
Oh, Henan Pereira. Yeah. He's from Dagestan. 6'4", 32 years old. That's a spring chicken at heavyweight. All right. I guess let's see what he does.
Let's hope he gets through the piss test too.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, we haven't heard
like 4 different drugs that end in dome.
I mean, we haven't heard much about people getting popped in the UFC since they started using Drug-Free Sport International.
Oh yeah, you brought that theory up a while ago, and I've thought about it and a bit observant, and I think you're 100% correct.
In as far as what?
That it's like an internal, it's like internal thing that they're going to have an injury or something else will force a guy out of a fight in lieu of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just not going to say. Yep.
Maybe we need to
All right.
start paying attention to how long they're out after that. Maybe there's like some internal suspension or.
Yeah. Look, Conor McGregor's been out for like 4 years.
Huh.
All right.
He broke a leg though.
Bobby Green and Mauricio Huffy, who is part of your Fight Nerds team. So I got to imagine who you're leaning towards here. Bobby Green has damn near 50 fights, or he
50.
might
This
have.
is 51st.
Okay, so he does have 50 fights.
32, 16, and 1.
Huffy's 11-1. He's on a 6-fight win streak, including 3 wins in the UFC if you count the Contender Series, which, I mean, I guess I do. I count it. Bobby Green, 2-2 in his last 4. Got submitted by Paddy Pimblett in his last fight. Decision over Jim Miller. And knockout loss to Jalen Turner. And a knockout win over Grant Dawson back in 2023.
I think the Jalen Turner one was bad too, wasn't it? It was a bad knockout.
Yeah. So based on all that and Bobby Green being 38 years old, I imagine Huffy's a slight favorite here.
Huge favorite, minus 455.
Okay. I didn't think it was going to be that big.
Opposite, plus 350.
So I think that's definitely unwarranted given the strength of schedule for Huffy. Like, he hasn't fought anyone yet, but, you know, he does seem to have a lot of potential. He's definitely coming from a really good team that's, just breeding winners in the Fight Nerds. But, man, that's a wide spread. It'd be hard to not go underdog money on Bobby Green, but you're the one making the pick, so
where's your odds do suck here, but I'm taking one of my, my Fighting Nerd soldiers. It's not going to make me much money, but I'm not doing too good this year, so any extra money is warranted.
Well, what about a prop? What about Huffy by knockout or something? Or
let's see.
Or even by submission. Because, I mean, guy's Brazilian. He's going to have some
knockouts. It changes it to minus 125.
And what about submission?
Plus 900.
Because he's got 0 submissions in his career.
Yeah, because he knocks everybody out quickly.
It's going to be a fun one. That's for sure.
I'll change it to some by knockout, minus 125. That's much better.
That's a good call. If you're going to bet on him, you might as well take that prop. All right, I gotta stop and read this comment from Mark Fellows because I've been half reading it the whole time while we were talking about the drug testing. He said, speaking of drugs, my buddy just returned from stem cell injections in Texas. $8,800 later, he should have a new shoulder, and he's already waking up with boners like a 16-year-old every day. Dude, where was
he? Should have a new shoulder, so his shoulder not get fixed. He just gets a boner all the time.
Yeah, like we meant to put these injections in your shoulder, but we missed. Just put them all right in your dick.
I didn't know that. I thought you had to go out of the country to get stem cells.
So you can get stem cells in the United States. It's just not
good.
Not the preferred kind.
So it's like buying weed legally in Florida. It doesn't say weed. It says THC because it's like some THCA or some lab bullshit. That's it.
Apparently in Texas they just inject boner pills into you.
Yeah, the Rhino Hammer 9000X.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess we lost Matt the mechanic. I guess I don't know. What happened?
I don't know. I hit a button on my keyboard.
You were just scrambling to Google those stem cell injections in Texas and accidentally.
They're in Austin.
honey, honey, I'm taking $9,000 out of the savings. I gotta go to Texas.
So
You'll
did he
thank me
answer? Did he
later.
fix his shoulder too? His shoulder isn't fixed.
His shoulder isn't fixed, but his wife is
Oh,
elated with
ways
the
to well.
progress.
That's the Rogan people. That's who Rogan uses. That's who Gordon Ryan's in.
Oh, okay. All right.
Man,
Shout out to
Mark. What's the saying for rubbing elbows or with some high society?
yeah, I guess so.
What's that saying?
Yeah, he said Rogan goes there. I didn't know Gordon Ryan had erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, he said Rogan always says it fixes it. They fix everything. So
It's like I guess they just inject you in whatever's the worst in your body. It goes there first.
yeah,
So
man, that must have been really bad. If it was so bad, he flew to Texas to get stem cells to fix his shoulder, and that part it fixed was worse than that.
yeah, like my shoulder was torn in half, but
Like my shoulder would have to really hurt for me to do that. Like to go to I don't know Europe or England to get a shoulder fix for $9,000. So his pecker wasn't working that good.
yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about I gotta drive to Texas from here.
Yeah, that's far.
That's true. I like to drive though. All right. So we're going Huffy by KO or TKO. All right. Amanda Lemos and Yasmin Lucindo. I imagine Lemos is a favorite, but
Let me recheck that. I think I might have messed that up.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
no, Lemos is a plus 120.
Oh, really? I don't know much about this other young lady here.
Yeah, all I know is she's got a throat tattoo, so she's getting my pick.
Yeah, that combined with her haircut, she's got to be pretty tough. And it also says, I think it says "Be Yourself" tattooed across her chest.
Yeah,
So
we'll take her.
All right. I'm okay with that. I don't really care. This is like this is a get up and stretch your legs fight. Go get another beer or whatever. All right. I feel like I know who you're gonna pick for all these fights. So your boy Jalen Turner here is getting in there with Ignacio Bahamondes. Got to be top 5 most fun names to say. Bahamondes 2-fight winning streak. Both of them first round finishes over Christos Giagos and Manuel Torres. And Turner, hot and cold, mostly cold lately, has lost 3 of his last 4. The only win coming over Bobby Green, as we mentioned before. Besides that, hasn't won a fight since July 2022. And got TKO'd in his last fight. Well, that's true. So he got TKO'd by Renato Moicano last April, so almost a year ago.
I made a dumb mistake in that fight. That was when he was trying to get the walk off.
And then split decision losses to Dan Hooker and Mateusz Gamrot. So, all high level competition there, and all 3 were close fights. Like you said, big mistake in the Moicano fight, and then Hooker and Gamrot were both split decision losses. But I still think that Bahamondes would be a slight favorite here.
Yeah, minus 130 opposite plus 110.
Okay, so wow, that's a lot closer than I thought it would be. So I assume you're going with the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, Bilal Muhammad will tell everybody that this guy's the best striker in the UFC, but I think, like Jason says in the comments, it's his turn. It's due. Let's go, Jalen.
Yeah. That's fair enough. And he's been training down here with some of the Tampa guys a bit, so he's practically a local guy. We gotta root for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although I am a fan of Bahamondes as well. I like the way that guy fights, but yeah, Jalen Turner's hard to deal with, especially at lightweight. Like he's just so fucking long. What is he, 6'5"?
I'd like to meet him. He must be super skinny, and he's probably not even
6'3". Yeah, I thought he was good for 170, but I guess he didn't like it. Because he was at 170 for a little while, right?
Must have been a while because those other guys you said are all 155ers.
Yeah, well, he fought Vicente Luque. That must have been at 170. Yeah, and obviously he fought our buddy Matt Frivola. That was at 155. All right. So, co-main event, we got a rematch here. Because Dan Hooker had to pull out of this fight, right, with Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, he broke his hand. They wanted to fight like a crazy person, but
he came out and said his hand was broken.
yeah, his coach made him go tell the UFC that his hand was broken. So
go on,
he's out.
Go and tell him. I mean, he probably wouldn't. It's hard to hide a broken hand. He probably wouldn't have passed his physicals.
I don't know how thorough those things are, Bill. Have you ever heard the stories from Bisbing?
That's true, but he like memorized the eye chart and was able to skirt it and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That would all depend on how it's. It just amazes me to go think you could beat someone's ass with one hand, because I can barely do jiu-jitsu and I need all my body to do that.
Like, well, I mean, as far as I know, you can get a little cortisone shot. You're not going to feel it. You could still throw punches with it.
Yeah.
So and it also depends like where the break is, right? Like if it's on the side of the hand, you're not going to feel it as much because you're connecting with your middle and pointer finger knuckles.
Yeah. Yeah. It still seems like a weird thing to think about for me, but that's why I'm a mechanic and not fighting for a living.
Yeah. And there are other things you do too. Like I had a fighter a few weeks ago who had broken his hand. It wasn't broken at the time, but it was still feeling kind of tender. So when I was wrapping his hands, I made sure to just kind of reinforce the area where it wasn't feeling good. So there are ways to do that too. Now I don't know how much they accommodate that at the UFC level, because I think the cut men have to wrap the hands. The coaches don't do it. But
all I can find is a picture of him after surgery from this break, so it must have been pretty serious.
Oh yeah, if he had to have surgery, that was bad then. Because like a broken hand is it's a pretty common thing. Like guys will break their hands all the time because your hands are like, if you look at your hands, you've got like fucking bird bones in your hands.
Speak for yourself.
Well, we're not all elite mechanics,
Yeah, but couldn't
not
imagine breaking one of those.
Not turning wrenches all day. Well, for you, it means like you're.
Oh, it'd be terrible.
Yeah, you can't work. All right, so this fight is a rematch. So they fought in March 2023. However, this is going to be Gaethje's first time back in there. Now, he beat Fizie's ass the first fight.
You think so?
Yeah. Like
it was a split decision, wasn't it?
It was a majority decision. which means I think one judge had it a draw and two judges gave it to
because one on the one judge gave Fiziev the first 2 rounds and gave Gaethje a 10-8 in the third.
Yeah, so that was the thing, was the third round he beat his ass. Like, he busted his face wide open. I think Fiziev's picture on Sherdog is him during that fight, where like the whole left side of his face was just busted wide open. However, this is Gaethje's first fight since that knockout he suffered against Max Holloway, which was at UFC 300. Also, a Pereira headlining card. And that was in April, so that was almost a year ago. And that was one of the worst knockouts I've seen. Did you see the recent footage that they released of Gaethje waking up after that?
And why the hell they do that to him? What the fuck?
I don't know.
What's bullshit?
Maybe to sway the betting odds. Who knows why anything ever happens?
But it might have, because Gaethje is the underdog.
Yeah, which is wild, because where they left off, Gaethje just put a spanking on Fiziev.
And then after that, Fiziev blew out his knee.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And he's taken, he's been off for a long time. He's taken on a week notice. But I've been watching it embedded, and there's something about this guy that I'm taking Fiziev. It's something about him this week that
it's, after a knockout like that, where he just got his lights shut off, and we've seen Gaethje knocked out before, but usually it's like he's knocked out and he's like a chicken with his head cut off, where his body's still moving and he's still swinging. The Holloway knockout, though, was a different level. It's very rare to see knockouts like that, where guys just go stiff as a board and don't wake up for that amount of time. That's scary.
Yeah, but he's got himself a good camp. I think he's probably ready. He took a long time off, probably not as much as most people would want, but
for sure. And Fiziev, I'm sure he wants his revenge on Gaethje, and he also wants to get back in the win column. He hasn't won a fight since 2022, where he knocked out an aging RDA. Yeah, I mean, Fiziev is definitely a special striker. That's for sure. And I don't think we have to worry about this fight going to the ground. I don't think it's going to go the distance either. I think, somebody's going out in this fight. Because Gaethje is the kind of guy that's going to go out on his shield. He's going to put himself in danger. And Fiziev isn't necessarily going to play that game, but if you put yourself in danger against a guy like Fiziev, he can definitely end it. So it's an interesting.
Remember, this is a pay-per-view, so you got $1 to spend here.
I do.
Yeah, remember pay-per-views, you get to place a bet. And by the way, we also have a new subscriber in the comments, Mr. Northwest 425. Thank you.
All right, welcome to the show. Yeah, Northwest 425. Yo, just found your channel and subbed. Awesome. Welcome. Northwest. So it must be a little earlier out there.
Northwest 425.
Let's see. People are communicating in the comments too. I'd like to see that.
Well, if it's just 425 is his area code, that's Seattle.
All right, what's his social security number? Let's find everything about him.
Well, yeah, we need be a subscriber. We need social security number and the last an email of 5 things you did last week.
Yeah, we also need the the PIN number for your bank account. What does that say? It's backwards. The
It
Apex
is.
sucks. Yeah.
I switched the camera. It looks right on mine. Damn it. I screwed
No.
it up.
Did you write it backwards?
No, I didn't write it backwards. I mirrored the camera in the StreamYard settings, and it looks right to me. But damn it.
The
Well,
Apex sucks. Is there talk of them not doing fights there anymore?
no, I was just exercising my democratic right to hold a sign.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. Where's your
Well, I think they are remodeling it though. I think it's going to be gone for an amount of time.
Oh, okay. Where's your EH Taylor pay-per-view weekend? Oh, you got it right there. I while we're having picks and pours here, I am pouring some EH Taylor bottle and bond rye. I'm not as big a fan of it.
Big spender.
It wasn't that bad.
I think it's $300 at our liquor store right now.
Oh no, I paid less than a third of that.
Good.
So I'll let you try it next time you come by. But if you're looking for some more EH Taylor, Matt, I know it's hard to come by. You should check out the Whiskey Library, where they have rare and allocated bottles. And if you sign up for their membership, they have free shipping. So
is that legal?
It's very legal.
Oh, okay.
Highly recommend the Whiskey Library if you're looking for some rare whiskeys within the states. That is, I'm not sure if they ship international, but I can find out for anyone who's interested. We got another new commenter here. Ultimate Chaw. I just scored a bottle of Russell's Single Rick House that I'm super pumped about. You should be pumped about that. Russell's makes some excellent stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of Wild Turkey in general, but the Russell's line, some of my favorite stuff.
Wild Turkey is terrible. Or maybe that was a liquor that was around when I was I didn't understand how to drink. And maybe we just, as kids, drank too much of it. I think that was one of my buddy's father's whiskeys of choice.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. It's easy to get turned off of something in that way.
Yeah, I wish my buddy's dad wasn't a cheap ass and he could have drank E.H. Taylor or something, and then I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't have to buy it.
Well, what if he did drink E.H. Taylor and then you wound up hating that?
That's what I'm saying. I would like that. Then I wouldn't hate Wild Turkey, and I could drink Wild Turkey for cheap.
Yeah, that's true.
But then I might be dead because we just drank his whole bottle of E.H. Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, man. If my son's friends drank all my E.H. Taylor, I'd be...
But we're so old. How old was a bottle of E.H. Taylor when we were kids? $12?
Probably. I don't even know when they started making it.
It has to be. If it's wasn't made in 1992, then I'm gonna quit drinking this shit.
Yeah. I'm not sure on that. We got
there's no number on there?
No.
Man, we might have uncovered a scam.
The only date on here is they talk about 1897, which is when the Bottle and Bond Act was written. I don't know when E.H. Taylor was put into production. I know it's an old recipe. In any case, I love the whiskey tangent we've gone on. We got a lot of whiskey drinkers.
2013
tonight. Wait, what?
Yeah, E.H. Taylor was a brand introduced in 2013 by the Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Okay, so, but it's got to be, the recipe's got to be older than that.
The brand, nope, it just honors E.H. Taylor.
Oh, all right, well, whatever.
And that's why they talk about the Bottle and Bond, because he purchased his distillery and he was instrumental in passing the Bottle and Bond Act. Man,
Well,
I shouldn't have looked that up. That's unfortunate.
it's been delicious for 12 years or 13 years, whatever it's been. Going on 13. It's basically a teenager. Mark Fellows says we get regular Jim Beam in Australia. Is that a good one? No. Jason says Bill is a Taylor apologist. Guilty. I'll stick up for E.H. Taylor. It's one of my favorites. It has been for. It's been one of my favorites for 30 years.
Yeah, I was just wondering like what you would have said if we didn't talk about this, like how long you would have said you liked it.
Yeah, it's like. Did you
I
ever
remember
see the movie
drinking it in
Road Trip?
2002.
You ever see the movie Road Trip?
Yeah.
With at towards the end of the movie, the dad's credit card gets declined at the diner. He's like, "It's ridiculous. We've been coming here for 15 years." And the waiter says, "We've only been open for 8 years, sir."
Is that Robin Williams?
No, it was oh gosh, he's like a character actor that you would know from 1,000 things but never know his name. But Road Trip, little known MMA on the Rocks trivia, the first rated R movie I ever snuck into. The trick we used to use was you'd buy a ticket for a PG
Tom
movie.
Green.
Yeah, Tom Green. Oh, I thought you meant who
Stifler.
played the dad.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy who plays the dad is like a well-known character actor.
All right, let's get back on track.
Yeah. So in any case, I snuck into that movie before I was 17 or however old you have to be to go to a rated R movie.
I think you get to be 18, but then there's that weird NC-17, which never made sense because if you watch one of those movies, they're way worse than the R.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of politics involved. Anyway, the main event at the T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. Alex Pereira, probably one of the biggest stars in the sport right now, against Magomed Ankalaev. A lot of buildup for this fight for two guys who like speak little to no English.
Yeah, but it's been a bit weird buildup because the buildup was like, oh, you're not you're in Australia 6 weeks before the fight, and are you gonna be ready? I don't know. This fight, I'm not falling for this bullshit trap again. Like this smells to me like one of those. Oh, this guy, he's gonna beat the champion, and then after the fight, you realize, well, that was never happening. I mean, Uncle has been talking about being a grappler. Has he grappled at all? He
has 0 submissions.
Yeah, he shoots like he takes a shot every 15 minutes.
But he is from Dagestan.
Yeah, it's like this is like the Justin Gaethje or Justin Gaethje of Dagestan because he can wrestle, but he just doesn't wrestle.
Yeah, like Chuck Liddell.
He's like, okay, I'm not going to wrestle, and I'm going to go fight I'm going to go try and strike with a elite kickboxer. I don't know. I'm not falling into this trap.
I mean, he's also been submitted by Paul Craig. That's his only loss on his record. I mean, the guy, though, has been fighting since 2014, so almost as long as E.H. Taylor's been around.
Man, that sucks.
And he's got 1 loss, and most of his fights are in the UFC. Started in the UFC in 2018, lost his debut to Paul Craig, and has won every fight since, except for the draw against Jan Blachowicz. Remember that was for like the vacant title, and Dana White was so disappointed. He was like,
"Oh yeah, no one gets this.
You're not getting a rematch." And then also the no contest against Johnny Walker, but then he came back and obliterated him.
I'm not falling for it.
Let's see. Cook's Auto World says, if you have the last two letters of your name are OV, then you're expected to wrestle. That's fair.
What camp is he out of?
His name ends in EV. So, let's see. Jason says that Poatan will be end still. Ankalaev has some of the poorest fight IQ.
Yeah, he does do some dumb shit in there.
Yeah. Can't argue with that. Two guys that are somewhat unorthodox going at it. So it's interesting. What are the odds here? I imagine the champ's a slight favorite.
Not really. It's minus 115 for Pereira, minus 105 for Ankalaev.
Okay. So basically even money, which means that that means a lot of bets have been coming in. So I wonder what the line was like a week ago. But
it's been like this for the last 3 days.
All right. So where's your dollar going?
It's like I said, I'm not falling for the trap. It's going for Alex Pereira. I just see him destroying Ankalaev's legs. Maybe Ankalaev will get a takedown in there, but I think Alex he's working with a great grappler. I'm sure they've been working about just getting back up to their feet. And I think eventually Pereira, how do you say it? Pereira. I'm not trying that. Let's say Alex Pereira by knockout in round. We're going to take a shot.
Mr. Jackpots.
Alex Pereira. That's that weird food, isn't it?
It ain't worse. You could say Pereira.
Round 4 plus 1,600.
I'm not mad at that.
Hey, so this year's not going well, so fuck it.
Yeah. You might gotta start swinging for the fences now.
Yeah, or the boat's gonna sink.
Yeah.
Going broke, Bill. How did I do last week, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. I made your picks for you, didn't I?
Yeah, I know. How'd I do?
I don't remember who I picked, and I didn't watch the fights.
Oh, that's a bitch.
Let's say we went 5 for 5.
I didn't watch the fights either.
Yeah, I just didn't care.
That's fair enough. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully this week, fuck it. This week, this one looks good. This looks good.
UFC's not paying me.
When I see cards like this, I'm like, man, I just think we fights should maybe be like every other week, and you could make it a bit better. And
yeah, I mean, if UFC were paying me, I probably wouldn't admit that. But on the other hand, if you're looking for some rare whiskey, whiskylibrary.net is where you can find it. Link in the show notes.
How's that work? They just ship you a bottle?
Yeah. First month of membership is free. And then after that, I think it's like $14 or $15 a month, but free shipping on all your orders.
So you have to become a member and then you can buy a bottle.
Yeah, but you can cancel after the free month.
I mean, don't say that, Bill.
I mean, they advertise it.
Do you so is this like a way to get just normal bottles? Like you want to get, that's where you get your Buffalo Trace, or is this where you're gonna find the
No. This is for the collector, not the consumer. So if you want to get a bottle of Jim Beam like Mark Fellows is drinking over there in Australia, you just walk down the street to Lucan's and get that. But if you're looking for something a little outside the box, something a little special. Mark, did I really go 5 for 5, or are you just saying that? I wonder if Mark was really keeping track. Mark says I went 5 for 5.
Mark, fucking brown noser.
Hey, Mark doesn't need any more brownie points. He went to
this guy's
Stadium.
Keeping notes, keeping track, traveling the world, supporting, your friends.
Yeah. Mark, we're gonna put you on the payroll. I'm gonna pay you double what I pay Matt. So let's put that on the books.
He pays it pretty well, Mark. So that's he'll take many vacations off of that.
Yeah, well, we got a big bankroll here.
Yeah.
Thanks to Whiskey Library.
By the way, thanks for the Bardstown. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, good.
I've only had it, only opened it twice, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the Origin series. Excellent. They have 4 bottles in the Origin series, and they're all great. They have that one, the one that I gave you,
the red one.
They have a weeded
blue one.
No.
Oh, I was just looking at the ones on your rack.
Oh no, those are rare ones. They have a green one, which is the rye. They have a black one, which is the bottled and bond, and they have a cream colored one, which is a weeded bourbon. And all 4 of them.
The next one I get is the rye. The rye, here I come.
Yeah, well, the rye is fantastic. It might be my favorite of the 4. Although it's very cherry forward. I know you're not a big cherry guy.
That you said that's at Total Wine, right?
Yeah, Total Wine has that one.
I never go there, even though I'm there, right there all the time.
Yeah. I pop in there every now and then. I get surprised. Found a bottle of Old Forester single barrel. This one right here. Found a bottle of that at Total Wine. It came in early this year. Usually the Old Forester single barrels don't come out till like June, May or June. But this one, was just sitting on the shelf there. So snatched it up.
Yeah, I haven't had any good finds other than I found a bottle of Heaven Hill at Walmart for $27. And I'm like, okay, I'll take that one.
Wait, $27?
$27.
Was it on sale?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I wanted to buy more, and he's like, no, you can only buy one. I said, it's on sale. Like, you've reduced the price.
You just walk out and come back in with a mustache?
I hate fucking Walmart. So I should have went there the next day to keep stocking up, but I just do not. I don't know if it's worth the $25 you save to have to go to Walmart.
That's worth it to me. $27 for Heaven Hill bottle and bond. That's worth it. I would go back in disguise. I would send my wife in. I would send my kid in, and tell her to say she has that Benjamin
Your
Button
daughter
disease.
would not buy one because he questioned if my ID was me. He was on it, and I'm like, "Come on, man, I gotta go." My dog just shit on the floor. I gotta go.
I need this win today. My dog had diarrhea all over my carpet. I had to call the detailing guy from the shop for some tips how to get it out. I would have said, I got a carpet cutter. Let's just roll it up and throw it down the stairs. Just roll it right into that lake behind you.
Yeah. Oh, God. What a text. If you wake up and smell shit. Fuck.
What was the rest of the text? Just said what the dog did, or she said it wasn't
Doris
me?
must have had a bad accident. I did as much as I could. Could you please run the carpet cleaner? This husband-wife stuff. This I threw up trying to just run the carpet cleaner. I can't imagine what parents go through.
Wait. So did she put a good dent in it?
Oh yeah, all I had to deal with was the stain.
And you threw up from that?
Yeah,
Oh
but I
man,
don't handle dog shit. I don't. It's not
what
me.
what if you had to do the whole thing? You would have cut that carpet up too.
I might have burnt the place down.
No, you wouldn't. You would have lost all your pets.
No, you know what I would have done? I would have got my shop vac out of the truck and sucked it up, throw the shop vac away.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would get a new shop vac after that.
Oh, I'm buying a new carpet cleaner and it just cleaned up the stain. Like that was disgusting. But I just it just struck me as the weirdest text to wake up to. There's plenty of tragic things, but there's like that's the most atrocity text you could wake up to.
Yeah,
An
it's
atrocity.
definitely it's not was that this
Like
morning?
no, it's 2 days ago. But it's
Oh, okay.
it's a huge problem for only you and your members of your household. Like no one else cares, but you're like,
Well, Jason says he doesn't do shit either, and he's a sympathetic puker.
I don't know what a sympathetic puker is. I don't really puke. I don't get something about shit makes me puke, but I can be around blood. None of that bothers me. Uh, I'll be the first one to grab a critter running around. Like nothing bothers me except shit. I don't know why. It's the word. I mean, I guess nobody loves shit, but for some reason it makes me gag.
All right. So if I told you you gotta clean a carpet full of dog shit, or you gotta drink a bottle of wild turkey, what are you doing?
I mean, I could do both because I just drink the bottle of wild turkey and then I wouldn't care. I just clean up the shit. And it's weird because it's just dog and human shit. Because like cow shit, horse shit's fine. It's just
Mm.
maybe it's diarrhea, or maybe it was just because I had to deal with shit in the morning. Like I don't know.
Or maybe because it's in your house. Like a cow's not gonna shit in your house.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
You wouldn't
But I'm
care if a
also like,
cow shit in your living room?
no, 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 no. I'm not. I don't care about a cow shitting outside. A cow shit. Yeah, a cow's not gonna shit in my house. It's okay. But I guess when you like wake up in the like on on the way to, you know, on the way to get your coffee, you're like, "What's
Oh,
that?" You're like, "Oh."
yeah.
Even though I was warned that I might smell shit, then I actually smell shit, and then it becomes not a dream; it becomes a reality.
Yeah. I had some problems like that with our dog when she was older. She became like incontinent and like just couldn't hold her bowels, but um we also don't have carpet, so it made it a little different. Like I didn't mind it as much because it's just like, a little Lysol.
Yeah,
But
and it wasn't diarrhea.
there's something about like, yeah, when diarrhea gets like in the fabric of something.
Welcome to the show, folks.
highest highest viewed show of the year. We're talking about cleaning dog shit out of a carpet. Um well, I mean, it's still more entertaining than the fights last week because nobody watched them. Um yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, my dog, like when she like right before she passed, was shitting all over the place, but um not on the carpet. Because I would get rid of the carpet. I would cut, just gone. See you later. I'll put a different kind of floor.
Yeah.
No more carpet.
I can't live in. I know carpets are disgusting, but I don't like no carpets.
You're an old-fashioned kind of guy.
I'm an old white trash redneck. I like carpets. And you know what it is? Why? It's because of the echo. I can't stand an echo in the room.
Oh, okay. I don't think I have that problem in my house. Or if I do, I haven't noticed it.
Do you got any chickens yet? I've been noticing all this construction updates and
No. So I've been building the chicken coop, and there's no chickens to be found. We were in contact with a local hatchery, and the guy's incubator caught fire, and he burned all his eggs, and all the online places are backed out to like July, some of them October, because of all the euthanized chickens.
Well, I'm gonna find you some chickens. You just keep slugging along at the Taj Mahal of chickenry.
Yeah, I'm building a fucking chicken palace in my yard.
I know. I thought you only wanted 6 chickens, and I saw what you're building. I'm like, oh, he's building it's way more than 6.
Well, you gotta leave room for growth, right? By the way, for all intents and purposes, in case anyone on the city council is listening, I will only be getting 4 chickens.
Oh.
But,
yes.
They're going to be
We're
behind
talking to you.
So 4 chickens can sound an awful lot like 12. Just stay off my property if you work for the city.
Well, I think we just have came to a screeching halt.
I think, yeah, we reached the pinnacle here.
The hour. And I ran out of booze.
Are you all out of VH Taylor now?
No, this month's this pay-per-views. Poor.
It's dangerous. Like whenever I do a show and I keep a good bottle next to me, it's dangerous because I should just I should fill up with a good whiskey and then put a cheap bottle next to me. But I always put the nice bottle and we lost Matt again. He went to go Google how to get dog shit out of a carpet. I want to show the bottle I'm drinking on the air. So I have it here next to me. Let me add Matt back in.
You kicked me off, man.
I did not kick you off. I did no such thing. I
don't know. Something weird's going on over here.
In the 8-year history of MMA on the Rocks, I've never kicked anyone off. Not even what was that troll guy? He always used to come through. He made a whole bunch of different profile names, and he used to come and troll the show every single week. The only name I remember is Bruce Bobtrotter. But I never even kicked him off. He used to say some vile things. I would have to not post his comments sometimes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, there used to be a guy that would troll every single episode of the show.
Bruce Bobtrotter, please come back.
He was entertaining sometimes, but sometimes his comments were a little too inappropriate. In any case, it's like cleaning dog shit out of a shag carpet.
That's so fucked up.
At least you have a short carpet.
Oh yeah, it's clean. I mean, I ran the carpet cleaner. I ran 10 gallons of water through it. Like it's cleaner than it's the cleanest part of my carpet now. But man, I just
and you say I'm overdoing it with the chicken coop. You ran 10 gallons of water over 5 feet of carpet.
That only took me like 10 minutes, man. But I'm sure your chicken coop will be fantastic. I hope you find some chickens. But
yeah, otherwise
remember they're just chickens.
I'm gonna be looking at something else to put in that coop. Otherwise,
Well, it's a shame I fired Reggie because that would have been a good upgrade for him. But no, that's the last bit of note keeping. I need to put out there. We are looking for an intern. Unfortunately, Reggie did not work out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
if
In
you
all
recently
seriousness,
got let go from a federal government job, I think this would be a great jumping off point to spend the time at the Inmate on the Rocks intern. But
he was a victim of Doge.
no. I'm saying all the victims of Doge should apply to be our intern.
Yeah. I mean, they can all live off their severance packages because we're not going to pay them. But
Like if I
we
think
are.
you were, yeah, if you were responsible for running a study about sticking a marble over the cat's ass and then shocking it and seeing how long it takes for it to come out, I think you can easily transition to become an intern at Inmate on the Rocks.
Yeah. And
Just
it'll
hit me
look
or
better
Bill
on
up
your
on
resume.
Instagram.
Yeah. Because
And
I
I
can tell
think
you how to get your
that
hands on a
skill
rare
set that
whiskey.
you possess will directly benefit our show.
Everybody's talking about Jeff the Animal Wilson in the comments. So Jason wants to know what happened to the animal. The answer to that is he had to stop doing the show for professional reasons. Didn't look good for his career, but he's definitely missed. And if he ever quits his job, or if Doge ever comes along in his line of work, then maybe we'll have him back. Cook's Auto World says maybe the animal can come back as the intern and earn our trust again. Oh man, I think we've officially reached the witching hour of the show. Once we cross that 1 hour threshold. This is not Joe Rogan podcast, folks. We're not making Joe Rogan money, and things just get silly after an hour around here. So we better call it here. But I want to know who everybody's picking in the main event. So let me know. Alex Pereira and Still, or Magomed Ankalaev going to pull it off during Ramadan, which would be impressive. So let me know. All right. You got anything else you want to get off your chest, Matt?
Nope.
Just got stuff you want to get off your carpet.
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right, that's all we got. Let me know what you guys are thinking and drinking out there. Who are you taking in the main event? I'm gonna go back. I gotta go back and read all these comments later because there's been a ton of them. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time. We got Timmy Trumpets. Till next time. Cheers, everybody. Goodbye.